it's important that you understand where your mind was at because I wouldn't condone what I'm about to do. I'm just
Right.
going to tell you it's what happened.
Right.
Okay. So I had a case manager who was taking care of all of my doctor's appointments, and she said, I'll give them the results of your test. I said, no, I'll do it. And so I took it in there and I walked in there. Now Dr. Nobody was a little fella, about 135 pounds, Adam's apple as big as an arrowhead, had that floppy hair that's
Yeah.
parted,
Yeah.
it's got that big wave brown,
Yeah.
junk everywhere on his desk, right?
Mm.
Got the fake fireplace in the background and just books and papers all over the
Yeah.
place, It's his management system, but really it's not a management system. It's just junk everywhere.
Right.
And so we sit in there and it's me and him. And he said, I heard you got a result from the doctors. I said, matter of fact, I did. And I took the manila envelope and I dropped it and it spat down on the table, right? And so we're sitting there and he's opening up and he goes, oh, and right? And it was long. It was like 12 pages. There was a bunch there, right? So we get done and so I wait for him and I'm stewing, right? And I've been waiting for this moment because I had started thinking maybe I was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the problem is. And so he finishes up. He says, well, what do you think? I said, well, Doc, I'm curious. I said, what psychosis does that fall under? He said, well, that doesn't fall under psychosis. It's a medical condition. I said, well, son of a gun. I said, I guess that makes you bad at your job.
Wow.
And he said, what? And I said, well, you said it was a psychosis. And I said, you were wrong. He's like, yeah. I said, you do it with people that are wrong? He's like, what's that? I was like, you fire them.
Wow.
And he's like, you can't fire me. I was like, watch this. I grabbed my phone, put it on speaker. I called my manager. I said, hey, you know that Dr. Nobody that you're having me see? She's like, yeah. She's like, I don't like him. He's fired. She's like, okay, I'll take care of it. I was like, thanks. I sat down. Now, we were about 15 minutes into the appointment, right? And I was like, you're going to charge my insurance for the whole appointment, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, might as well sit here. And I sat there for the next 45 minutes and didn't say a word. I just stared at him.
Wow.
And I know I shouldn't have done that.
Wow.
But at the time, the brain injury it's like trying to fight a monster all the time. And I was so angry dealing with this giant mess and hearing that this is all bad news, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, but the look on his face when he said he was fired, I have to say there was some satisfaction that was taken from that. Because as a patient, you don't get to do that very often, right?